the nuisance abatement hearing, July 15, 2022, for the property at 14434 Brookville Paramount Road. And I guess I need to call roll first. Trustee Mears?
Yes.
Trustee Hartshorn?
Yes.
And trustee Music?
Yes.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or against this hearing? Nobody?
Oh, I'll speak in favor of it.
I need to,
That's where you meant.
I need to swear you in. If you'll stand and raise your right hand, please. Do you sincerely declare and affirm that the testimony you are about to give before the Board of Zoning Appeals, the nuisance abatement, I'm sorry, will be truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, as you shall answer under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
Say I do. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to just kind of give you a little rundown. Case number 2022-001. The property owner is John Caldwell, who we all know has deceased. He died October 28th of 2021. The address I've already given, parcel number L55-02705-0013. This acreage on that property is 7.9535, and the zoning classification is an RA. The purpose of this public hearing is to determine if a nuisance violation exists on this property as defined in ORC section 505.87 and as adopted in Perry Township Resolution 22-09. The nuisance definition is a nuisance condition may be determined to exist if vegetation, garbage, refuge, or other debris is kept in such a manner to cause damage, annoyances, inconvenience, blight, and or effective health, safety, and welfare of adjacent residences or properties. The facts of this case is there's trash and debris that needs to be cleaned up all over the property. Property needs to be mowed. The windows, doors, furnace, water heater, and anything that would bring money has been taken out and sold by the daughter and her husband. I sent out a courtesy letter December 16th of 2021. I also have issued 2 notices of violation. One was January the 11th of 2022, and one was March 24th of 2022. I did go over to the property this morning and took pictures on how the property looks as of today. I also had met with Angie Russell, who works for the Montgomery County Health Department, and we went over to the property. I'm wanting to say it was in March, and we walked through, and I went in with her, and Ray Ginn, who is the son-in-law, was there. And he let us go in and we took pictures. And he again told us that he wasn't living there. Ms. Russell issued a notice of violation, and she listed nuisance property, littering, prohibited premises sanitation, litter on property, and public nuisance property. Mr. Ginn also told us that day that he would be getting a dumpster on the property so that it could be cleaned up, and he would have it there by March 22nd. That did not happen. On June 22nd, the nuisance abatement certified letter was sent out certified and regular mail advising of the nuisance abatement hearing for today at 2 o'clock. That's the summary. Do you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Boyd Warner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So just I'm gonna hit probably a few things, but I live out on Providence Road, across the street from the maintenance building, right down the road from Missy. And this abatement hearing for me is in conjunction with other nuisance properties, specifically in Piermont, that I've spoken about 4 years ago. The one on the corner specifically, and then, of course, the other one 2 doors down, and the greenhouse in the middle, for all I care. But my concern is the length of time it's taking for the Piermont properties. I'm concerned that it's going to take that long or even longer for this particular property. I've seen both notices. I live out there, so I'm by this 2, 3, 4 multiple times a day. So for me, I'm hoping, and I'm willing to do whatever. If I have to have a bush hog, I'll take a bush hog out there and bush hog it. The other thing is you've got people out there with beehives that are, I know I've seen them out there. They're working the beehives. I don't think they have anything to do with the guy that's living there or
You're talking about,
not living there.
this is the 14,
Yes.
430.
Yeah. There's the cargo container, there's the beehives.
And they mow all that. That's Elkton's.
Well, I mean, whatever. My concern is, as a citizen of Perry Township that pays my taxes, that takes care of my property, I think that it's only fair that, and I appreciate all the work that's being done here. I've talked to Missy several times. I've talked to Zach several times about these issues. I'm just hoping that something can be done. I know sometimes your hands are tied on the county and whatever else is going on. But if I have to go down to the county and drive, I will. I'm just offering my help and assistance in any way possible to help expedite this situation. You've got the tanks in the ground there at that house on the corner. So I would imagine the EPA should get involved. So I think for me, it's just a matter of working together to try to come to some resolution in a timely manner, and not 4 years later, we're still talking about these properties. So any questions for me?
No.
Thank you.
And we understand what everybody's saying. And on this property, well, Karen and I have basically the town of Piermont. But this property, I have called the bank and talked to them with this gentleman, because I've had residents come to me and they want to buy this property. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, that's what they said.
They could care less.
I said, I got somebody right now with $150,000 that will pay this. Nope.
They don't care.
I said, he's tearing the house apart. There will not be anything left of it, so you're not gonna, it doesn't matter, it's a write-off.
So as a real estate agent and knowing the process.
Yes.
So as long as the mortgage company's getting their payment.
Yes, and it's a trust.
And if in the trust, as long as that trust is continuing, they could care less
Right.
what happens to the property.
And that's basically what they said, as long as there's still money paying the
Correct.
trust.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
and there are 2 children, and the son doesn't want anything to do with the house or the property or his sister. So,
Yeah.
And Mr. Warner,
Yes.
just to let you know, I've been working closely with the attorneys and so is the rest of the board. We are trying to figure out now that the health department does not deem properties
Condemn.
thank you, condemn properties anymore.
Wow.
Our question is, okay, who does?
Right.
Who has that power? So that's one of the things that I've been working on. And I have a meeting set up on Tuesday with our attorneys. And I'm gonna get some answers, okay?
Very good.
As far as the properties out in Piermont, I have spoken to the person in charge of taking the building down. I do know the tall red brick building is gonna come down first.
Okay.
Okay, I do know that.
You have a time frame on that?
The only time frame that they will give me at this point is late summer, early fall
Of this year?
of this year. Yes.
Can they just accidentally come?
Well, the other problem that we run into, yes, you are correct. We do know 100% that there is a tank underneath ground at the corner property. Okay. EPA obviously is involved. That's one that land banks is taken care of. But the problem is in the process of us getting involved with, trying to get this building down, the building was sold to another attorney. that has put a glitch in that building. So they are working on that. Because he thinks
Who was authorized to sell this building to that attorney?
that's what the attorneys are dealing with. They, they have no, we have no idea how all this is gonna wash. But I do know that that building has been set aside as far as it's not going to cost the township any money for that building to come down, and neither is the corner one.
Okay.
Once they can get it to that point, okay?
But now with them being another owner,
That's a problem.
that's a problem.
Mhm.
For there was no, there,
Are the back taxes paid up?
No.
No,
Well, then that's still an issue because if it's past 2 years, it can be forced into the land bank.
but he is an attorney and he knows how to get around that.
and he just
So that's,
Making payments.
that's
just
where,
took
the-
ownership of it
right,
a couple months ago.
right,
So,
right. So, and then to make, just to summarize, you guys know that Mrs. Crow passed away that lived in the greenhouse. Well, her son is living in there now. So that also creates an issue. So trust me, I am on this,
Yeah.
but it does take,
So there's so the Montgomery County Health Department really has no say in what is deemed condemnable or uninhabitable or unhealthy.
we have,
There's no running water at that greenhouse.
I know.
Karen and I have been out there on numerous occasions with Angie Russell.
I see the paramedics there,
Oh, yeah. Well, and he sat right there on the porch and Miss Russell asked, how are you using the restroom? We go in a bucket and I take it in the backyard and dump it in the septic tank that's cracked and broken. And he told her this.
Yeah.
And she didn't do anything.
So that's what we're gonna have. That's one of my goals is to
Okay.
work with the attorneys. If they can't help me, then I'm gonna have to move on up the chain till we figure out who has what authority to do what.
Very good.
Because we even called the fire
Get this
department.
Done.
Well, I'm volunteering to help in any way I can, so.
I'm gonna make a note.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, so I guess we turn it over to you guys to discuss.
So a motion to close the public part of the hearing.
See, I'm not used to this part.
Agenda.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, we need to open for discussion and review. And do I call roll at that time?
No, I think we're at I'll make a motion to close the public portion of.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So it's Jason. Trustee Music,
Yes.
trustee Hartshorn,
Yes.
and trustee Mears. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think it's pretty clear that this has been a problem for quite some time between the health department, animal control, various elected officials, the residents in the area. The people that now seem to have ownership of the property are not doing anything. Their word means nothing. They haven't brought a dumpster out there. And unlike other nuisance abatement hearings that we've had, I think this one demands immediate action. And so I'd like to hear what the other trustees think, but I'm of the opinion that we see how quick we can get our people out there. Start cleaning up the property as best we can. Don't go into the property, right?
No,
We don't go into the property, but clean up what's outside where it makes
Right.
sense. Anything that's a health hazard for them, they don't touch it. They note it,
Mhm.
let us know what is there, and we can let the county know and they can take care of it. But that's my opinion, is that this needs to be rectified as quickly as possible. And
and Karen, when you do that, and then afterwards, instead of, maybe you can call that Cincinnati place and ask them, that we're gonna assess their taxes for this amount.
Well,
Oh,
this particular thing. So we need to make it an abatement first. The time frame, according to the ORC, is 7 days after we deem it
Right,
a nuisance.
right.
7 days is July 22nd from today.
Okay.
So I will make the motion that we deem this property a nuisance. Based off of so let me get my verbiage. Vegetation, garbage, and other debris.
yeah, ORC 505.
According to ORC 505.87. We deem this property a nuisance. 7 days from today is July 22nd. They have to clean up the refuse. all the trash in the yard, the debris, and mow. And if they have not done that by July 22nd, then we will send out our maintenance crew to mow it. At that point, any fees associated with that, we will send to the auditor's office for potential.
And like I said, I would call the lawyer's office and let them know this also.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Make sure you guys clean that yard up before you start mowing,
Yeah.
because there's all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
In the yard.
So I will second the motion.
Yes.
Okay, so it is
Like,
trustee Hartshorn,
Yes.
trustee Music,
Yes.
trustee Mears.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, do I
This
have,
time I'll make a motion to adjourn.
all right,
Second,
trustee Mears,
yes.
trustee Hartshorn,
Yes.
and trustee Music.
Yes.